Welcome to the Outdoor Movie Show. I'm your host, Paul, the Outdoor Movie Guy, and in our second episode, we're going to look at our top 5 movies. We're going to speak with Steve Mocco from Wisconsin, who is one of the innovators with LED screens. That's the daytime viewable screens within the FunFlicks brand. We're going to do a new fun game show that looks at various anniversaries of movies this year and see if we can guess those movies. And the final thing is we're going to look at our blog. And our blog this month is talking about working for FunFlicks. FunFlicks is a really fun place to work. We have it in the name. So definitely check that out. Let's get on with the show. Let's meet our co-hosts.
My name's Carson. I have been working as an event technician since 2016, and I currently am doing digital marketing and internal technologies for FunFlicks.
I'm Matthew Diaz, one of the owners at FunFlicks and director of operations. A lot of people call me Matt.
I'm Rallis. I'm the manager in Southern California FunFlicks, getting into the marketing side as well.
I'm Todd Severn. I am the founder of FunFlicks. I was the knucklehead that created the outdoor movie nationwide business of FunFlicks.
And now, our top 5 movies. So let's go round again. Todd, give me another one on your list.
Another.
And you can if one of us has said something, you can definitely say that movie again.
Yeah, no, and nobody has. I want to say Carson might have been close on to something. And I was going to ask him, because 2001 Space Odyssey, that's like, it's a darker film, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some pretty scary moments in it.
Yeah. And when I say darker, like the imagery, it's a darker.
Oh, yeah.
Film.
It does a great job at portraying like the vastness, emptiness of space.
Right.
It's pretty, yeah. The way it's filmed is beautiful.
Right. So it brings me to the thought of, again, I like to keep it kind of secretive in a way. The other film is one of my favorites. All of them have been very dark films. And originally, so this would be, again, another nostalgia piece, because officially the first movie we played as FunFlicks in a backyard setting for Bo's 4th birthday party. So this is the official, the real FunFlicks. Hey, we're in business. Now I'm showing a movie. The crowd was doubled in size. And at the present time, in 2000 it was, there were only 4 of these movies made. And everyone thought they were coming to see one of the 4 movies that were made. There was actually a 5th that people didn't really know about. And there was a sitcom based off of it that they didn't really know about. So the sitcom came after the movie. So it's usually a movie and then a sitcom is made from it, I think, or do I have it backwards? I don't know. But whatever the case,
I'm drawing a blank on this.
Yeah,
one.
I know you. I know, and that's what I'm trying to do. So think about it. It was an older movie, pre all the popular ones. There was 4 made in 2000 up to 2000, and there's been probably 6 more made since.
Boom, 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 boom.
No, that's a Mission Impossible, but it's not.
It wasn't
Mission
that?
Impossible.
No, because that was a TV show, right? Sing the theme, Sean. See if we know.
I want you to hear it. It's so much better when you hear it. I'm getting there. Here we go. Make sure I can hear it first. What else? And again, all the most recent films have been dark. Like the imagery is dark. So I don't like playing dark movies. Like Star Wars is a great movie, but it's also dark in color, not the plot or the theme. But what I'm getting at is the imagery was dark on all the new movies. And I'm like, I'll never see it on this big screen.
Yeah, you got to find the right location when it comes to a movie like that. Like any of the Batman movies.
All right.
Unless it's like the cheesy Batman movie, they're really hard to see. I mean, you've got to have a really dark location. You got to have all the lights out to make it a really good experience.
Oh, it is Batman.
Batman.
It was.
Paul got it.
TV, yeah. Pow, boom,
boom,
zing.
I got it. Wow.
In Spanish.
Is it in Spanish? It is.
Oh, Spanish ads, because probably where your location is.
This movie was hysterical.
Oh my god!
And look at the imagery. Look at the coloring. And the theme song. Everyone's coming up thinking they're seeing one of the new Batman flicks. And we played Batman, all right, but we played the old one.
This is the one you played?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
So it ranks up there as a favorite because the Technicolor, it's beautiful.
Is that the one with the shark and the helicopter? Yeah.
Yeah. Tidbit on that show, on the TV show, because I got some history there. The Bat Cave where they used to show the car driving out of the Bat Cave. That Bat
Right.
Cave is actually just below the Hollywood Hills sign.
Yes, I've heard that. Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the park or where it's at, but we used to go up there all the time and film. When I worked on Power Rangers, we used to film episodes up there because it looked like a moonscape. It was like really desolate up there. So we would film like moon shots when we were doing Power Ranger moon shots or space shots or stuff up there. And when we were doing stuff inside the cave, we were permitted to go inside the cave and do some filming in there. So
Is the cave big?
yeah, I mean, you can walk through it, you can drive through it, and then there's little offshoots that they have closed that you can't go down through. But when we were doing it 20 years ago, I mean, you could permit and then go in there, but I don't think it's open to the public anymore. Most of that stuff is like fenced off.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Any bats in there?
Sorry, Shark.
I don't remember actually. I don't
And then
think
it
so.
explodes when it hits. What the heck? Whatever. So there you have
So
it.
that was the first official FunFlicks one in the yard then?
That was, yep, as the FunFlicks business, running in Maryland, operating in Maryland only. That was, well, it wasn't the first movie ever shown. I had to look that one up to see what actual first movie, but that was the first Beau's 4th birthday party choice for a film. What do we play? That was it.
Cool. Matt,
Oh, back to me.
what you got?
Ah,
Oh my gosh.
I'm making a list of movies I need to watch now.
I mean, mine's gonna go back to a dark movie, I guess, according to Todd. Before we were 2 years old, my dad moved us to Australia. So we had limited access to theaters and TV and stuff like that up until we moved back when I was like 8. So growing up, there was no movie theaters nearby. We lived in a town called Weewa, which was like, probably 2 or 3 hours from the nearest movie theater, but we had a drive-in theater. So we used to go to the drive-in theater when I was a kid. My dad would pull the pickup truck, and in Australia they call them utes, utility vehicle. And we used to pull the ute up to the theater. I think it was in Narrabri, and we'd back it up. My dad would throw like pillows and blankets and stuff, and we'd sit in the back and watch movies. And one of the first movies that I remember watching from the back of my dad's pickup truck, and of course movies were delayed, they'd come out at certain times. By the time they got to a drive-in theater out in the middle of nowhere in Australia, it must have been like 82, 83 or something. I think the movie came out like 1980. Empire Strikes Back was the movie. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it was
excellent.
phenomenal. Yeah, it was phenomenal. It was an amazing experience remembering it as a kid, watching on a big screen, all bundled up in the back of my dad's ute. So yeah, that one holds a special place in my heart just because of that.
That's such a good movie. It's my favorite Star Wars movie. I know it's
Yeah.
a thing to say, but I love that movie.
Yeah, the big reveal and everything else,
Yeah.
right?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So you find out all the family links and it just sets the whole stage for Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Great movie. I mean, I had that movie. I bought I had little metal X-wings and snow speeders, and I remember as a kid, after that movie, just flying them around the house and having a good old time. And that's when I really got into the toys at that age of the big all the little, what was it, the Mattel toys that all came out, and that's when I became a collector and was just hooked. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, a lot of good memories, and progressed into years of entertainment and everything else. And now I share that with my kids. Now they're getting into the Star Wars bug and playing with the Star Wars toys and the video games and everything else. And it's fun. It's multi-generational.
You get to play again. It's fun. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm right there with you.
Bring out all my old toys and stuff. I mean, if you could look in my room here, I used to have some Star Wars toys over there. I think they're all in the boys' room now. Yeah, it's just,
That's
the camera here. You can kind of see on my wall here. I got some memorabilia. There's some Transformer stuff on the top. There's
cool.
If you could see that bucket, there's Star Wars figures in there, along with David Hasselhoff sitting next to it. But yeah, I got all my toys on display. My boys have some of them in their room.
It's like, let me out of this bucket. Let me out.
They probably smell bad now after 30 years.
Paul's transformed.
Is he? He is too. TDDD.
Yeah, you can see my He-Man actually too. I got all my He-Man collector toys I used to play with up there, right behind me. Oh, and Superman hanging down. I'm a nerd, I know.
Imagine if you'd saved all that money, where you would be right now.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I took care of my toys. I mean, that was one thing growing up. I always took care of my toys.
You're taking all my movies, man.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with, and this is kind of silly. I'm gonna go with Grease as my next
Oh,
movie.
that's just a fun one.
Ooh.
I mean, it's
It's
you
fun.
know, you get the right crowd, and we've been at events and we like pass the microphone around, and people are like belting out the song. It's some of the things in that now would not be seen as PC, but it's such a fun movie, and there's a drive-in in it, right? Stranded at the drive-in, branded the full.
Yeah.
What will they say? Monday at school. I love that movie.
How did the new one fare?
Grease 2 or the live one that they filmed?
I-
Because they did Grease live on TV.
Is that what they did? Yeah, that was
Yeah, they
probably-
did Grease live on TV, and then there was Grease 2, which was really not liked by many people.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No, but the original, by far, excellent.
Yeah, that's a fun movie. It's a fun movie.
Yeah, again,
Yeah, we did that as a silent cinema, right? We did. We're
Good
at a
idea.
brewery in San Leandro, and we did Grease as a silent cinema. So it was actually my wife's birthday. She went, a ton of people went, and everyone's wearing headphones, so nobody realizes that they're singing. And not everybody,
Oh no!
everybody
Oh,
could
that would
sing in
sound
voice. It
horrible.
was brilliant. It was fun
Jeez.
though. It was so fun. That was a laugh.
That would.
All right. So
Cool.
Carson,
So speaking of Greece, so the one I have in mind right now, I actually had an event. I think it was I was in 8th grade. I don't know how old I was then, but I had a FunFlicks event. A bunch of buddies and I actually watched Shrek 2 on the big screen. I think the Shrek series is one of the best. I think, and a fun fact too is so Michael Myers plays the voice of Shrek, and I think it was originally supposed to be Chris Farley actually.
oh
Um,
wow.
Yeah, that was the original choice, but yeah, I can't go wrong with Shrek because I think it could be enjoyed by kids and adults. It's a great one to show, I think, in a big crowd, definitely.
So I knew I liked you for some reason.
You like that one, Todd?
Now it's my number 3.
Oh, there we go. And we can always repeat. That's fine. Oh dear.
Great.
Excellent. Alice.
Yeah.
It's so funny you guys both like Shrek so much. That always kind of scared me as a kid.
Yeah. Really?
Green Ogre
That's
Man.
funny. The music. How can the music not
Oh, it's
win
great.
you over?
And the donkey is hilarious, right? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy.
Yeah, just brilliant.
The visuals, nonstop action, great story, tons of personalities. I don't know. And
Honestly, that's one I forgot about. I got to share that one with my boys.
yeah, and this again, this would have been 2001 it came out. So there we go. I hit your one every 10 years, Paul.
Oh, there we go.
2000. And that's hard to believe. 2000. That's crazy. 2001 it came out. But this was Bo's 3rd movie party night. And
We're
again,
going through them all.
yeah, and I don't know. I guess I had to pick the films. He was too young. He was 6 at the time, I guess, to pick what film. But it was always a surprise to him too. But
Did
no,
you always do it as a surprise for everyone when you
yeah,
did them at your house?
because that's what we ended up doing. Is let's just make it we realized make it a surprise. It's just better.
Yeah.
But it got hard. It did get hard. I think it took up to 10 years, and then finally it stopped. It's like no, but no, Shrek. By all means, Carson, excellent film, and it's something you can recommend because it's friendly for everybody, and there's great humor in there for adults too.
God, I think I'm gonna start going to your house for film parties. Gotta
Right.
make the flight out there. It's some amazing movies.
Yeah.
Okay, Rallis, what do you have for your number 2?
2. Have you guys seen The Secret Life of Walter Mitty?
Excellent film. Yes. It's a
Yeah,
great-
I think there's 2 versions. I watched the Ben Stiller version, but
Yeah.
I just fell in love with that. It's just a good blend of the story and cinematography.
Yep.
Plus, I like daydream about Greenland, Iceland. It's very pretty.
Yeah, I like how it depicts his really vivid imagination. So that's a cool film.
And the ending was beautiful.
Mhm.
Do we let people know?
I
We
mean,
don't-
it's been out for 9 years. I don't think it's that much of a spoiler.
To put it together, to put that together at the very end. It's like, wow, gives me chills. It's cool. I won't talk about it. I don't like revealing films. But no, again, though, I guess that's a hard one for family-oriented people, right? Because it's more of adult subject matter, I want to say. But no, it could be good for kids. It could be good for kids. It gets their mind thinking and what they could do and what they're capable of.
Yeah, I felt like it really resonated with me, leaving high school and living on my own and kind of choosing, what I want to do with life.
Right.
An interview with Steve Mocco, FunFlicks Wisconsin.
Hello, my name is Steve Mocco from Wisconsin.
Stevie. Hi, Mr. Steve.
There we go.
And my phone is ringing. So,
do you need to get that? Is that a call? Is that business? He's like, I can't move.
It's a spam call. I'm kind of trapped right now behind a TV tray, a laptop, and a digital camera. So
it's always a spam call, right? Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah. So it's great to have you here. What made you decide that you wanted to get into the outdoor movie business?
Well, I used to do outdoor movies for my children in my backyard and my friends and family. Just kind of enjoying that. And then somebody asked me, hey, could I do a drive-in for boats? I said, well, I'd need a bigger screen. So
gonna need a bigger boat.
So I went online. I found FunFlicks was selling screens, but then a little box, start your own business. I looked at their locations and there wasn't one in Wisconsin. Talked to my wife, Tammy, and what do you think? And she's like, well, that's right up your alley. So a phone call later, the process began.
What year was that?
2013.
Oh, so it's 10 years. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
It is too. My goodness, Steve, 10 years.
10 years.
I mean, I know
it's so
Paul's
insane how fast time goes, right?
Oh my gosh.
Sitting on, what is yours, Paul? 14 years now?
I was 2009. So however many that is.
That's 14.
10, 11, 12.
14 years.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Crazy.
Outdoor movies, it's still new. So people still don't know it's a service and it exists. It's crazy.
So, Steve, you were one of the first FunFlicks people to start doing LEDs. What made you think that was a great way to go?
Well, this was back in 2016. I'm located in Wisconsin, so I'm like, our season's kind of short. So I said, well, how do I extend my season? Well, first of all, how do you extend your day? So having LED would do that. And so I investigated LED just to see if I could get more daytime events, which would then bring me to indoor events in the winter. And I'm 2 miles from Lambeau's atrium. And I'm like, they do events in there all the time. So now we go to Lambeau Field's atrium about 5 times a year at least.
And you're a big fan as well, right?
Of the Packers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Born and raised. I grew up 6 blocks from Lambeau Field.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that must be such a thrill.
Best. The atrium at Lambeau, it's indoor.
It's
right?
indoors, but the atrium has an entire glass wall that's about 4 stories tall. So when you do events in the atrium, projection doesn't work during the day.
Too bright.
So I can put an LED in there and run it at 20% brightness and it works just great.
And you were doing the LEDs, you've got the modular ones. What was the year that I remember you doing a big presentation for us all, and I don't remember what year was that. Was that the following year, 2017?
Or was it 2019?
Yeah. 19 in Chicago, right?
Brought that screen to Chicago and had my parking spots that cost $180 a day.
Oh my gosh, that's right. You remember that. That's true. That was expensive.
Well, downtown Chicago, what do you expect?
Was the room cheaper than the parking?
It was close.
Yeah, probably. That was amazing to see it in person. I'm glad you brought that down for us because it got a lot of other licensees interested.
Our new one is even better than that one. So it's crazy. It got me through 6 years of modular.
Who's your typical customer for an LED event?
For LED, well, the trailer a lot of times is churches, parks, schools. modular. We kind of get subcontracted from a couple production companies who run cameras and do sound. They subcontract me for events in the atrium, welcome back luncheon for the Packers, or hospital events where they introduce a bunch of their new doctors. We just did an event in April that was a volunteer awards banquet. We also do a great VEX robotics competition every year where kids from all over the country meet up in Lambeau Field atrium and build with the robots that they built. They have a competition.
Yeah. No, they're not the robots that fight each other. You were telling me something that there was like
this year,
frisbee involved and all kinds of stuff.
Robotic frisbee golf, which is they collect all the frisbees off the floor and then the robots throw them into the net, the frisbee golf net. It's amazing.
Oh, that is cool.
Right. That's a great place to put it for us.
Is that like high school age kids doing that?
This competition is high school age. They do have middle school, elementary school, and college competitions. But this is all high schools.
Yeah, very cool.
Is that your favorite event you've ever done?
There's so many of events that we do that are my favorites. I mean, it's hard to pick one, but I know another one that we did was the Outagamie County Fair up here in Wisconsin, where a comedian, Charlie Barons, was performing. So we got to have our LED trailer be part of his event where he shows all the videos, the different videos, songs that he writes, and had videos that went along with them. So we were there showing the video aspect of it while somebody else was running sound. Until their sound failed.
What did you do? Oh my gosh. What did you do?
Well, I happen to have a pair of speakers in my truck, and I actually had one speaker on the stage hooked into his computer, so that way his computer sound would come out of there because there was a buzz coming out of the sound from the regular sound guy. And the guitarist with him said, "Hey, can you hook a microphone into your speaker that's on the stage?" I'm like, "Sure." Grabbed an XLR cable and a wired mic, ran up on the stage, plugged it in, gave it to Charlie, and he continued the show. And then as the show was going, the guitarist said, "Hey, do you have another speaker?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, come in pairs." So he said, "We got an intermission coming up. Can we hook up the second speaker and wire everything through your mixer? Because this guy's sound just doing it for us." And I said, "Sure." So my crew that was with me, we ran all the wires while the show was going on. And as soon as the intermission hit, we just plugged everything in, put the speakers up on stands, and satisfied the 2,000 people in the audience with a lot better sound.
Nice.
FunFlicks kind of saved the show for him.
Did.
That's crazy.
Wasn't that on Instagram? Didn't he personally thank you on Insta?
Well, he gave us a video and I shared it on Facebook.
Tammy, how in the heck are you? Hey, I'm here in Seymour, okay? I'm with your husband here. Put the light on him just so you know. Okay, that's him. Okay. Anywho, listen, we missed you here tonight. It was a great show. He did fantastic. Honestly, he saved our asses. Jeez, where'd you find them speakers?
In my trunk.
Oh, hey, that's why you married him, because he always brings extra speakers in the trunk. We almost screwed the pooch on this one, but he saved us. So, anyway, wish you were here. I know you're in Brookfield doing, some rich person's backyard and everything. And are they rich or no?
I'm guessing.
Yeah, probably rich. But we wish you were here. So keep her moving on your way back from Brookfield. And while you do it, watch out for deer. Okie dokes. Bye-bye.
How does that make it your favorite event, though? Because you were able to save the day? Because you were able to help?
Oh, that's one of my favorite events. I mean,
right.
We have so many. I mean, we travel all over the state. 25,000 miles a year. We're driving all over the place. I always say I put on a lot of miles and I provide a lot of smiles, you know.
You can quote that.
That's good.
We get elementary schools that have 500 family members out in the crowd. Meeting Charlie Barons was a very cool event. Yeah. We're from Wisconsin. We know who he is. A lot of people up here know who he is. And it was just neat to meet him and have him know that we saved the show. We were there for him.
Cool. Right. That's awesome. No, I get it.
The welcome back luncheons for the Packers. Those are neat because you see all the Packer players.
Have you met any of the players?
Yes, we have met the players. Some. Jordy Nelson was probably my favorite Packer player that I met. We did an event for Young Life, which is a Christian organization for teenagers that teaches the values of Christianity. And we got to meet Jordy Nelson there because he's a big part of that. Well, he was here anyway. And so got pictures of Jordy and his wife, and Mason Crosby, our old kicker, and a couple of the other Packer players were in front of the screen posed. So we got pictures of them with the screen, which is always fun.
Right. You should know, you bring up Young Life. I don't mean to interject there, but Young Life was the very first FunFlicks event ever.
Really?
Wow.
Oh,
Back in May of 2000, I think it was May of 2000. Very first event ever as the official FunFlicks.
wow.
We actually put together the speakers because the woman that held the event, it was like 200 kids were there. She paid the FedEx fee to have those speakers shipped to my house to get them there on time. And I had first ever put the equipment together on her lawn. First time ever. Never tried it until there. And it worked, which is cool. But sorry, Young Life brings up some.
It's a great program. We've donated several events for them, done some gift baskets also, and then it's just a great organization to be part of. So.
What's been the changes in technology that you've seen going from, your initial LED, what were they called? They're curtains, right? They're,
Mine was a curtain.
And now you have your new setup, which, I'm probably light years ahead of what the curtains were, but what's been your learning curve and your experience with the both of them?
Well, the other one I bought from China and had no instruction or clue how to put it together on YouTube videos. And the new one, I have a company that's 2 hours away invited me down there and showed me everything there is to know about it. They trained me on the NovaStar video processor, which is great. So learning that stuff was great compared to my old one where I had to just kind of wing it, put it together in my driveway for the first time and just kind of hoping that it's going to work. Literally, my old curtain, each panel had 28 modules where my new one has 4 modules. And modules each have the plug that plugs into a circuit board. So there's a lot less room for failure on the new ones. Where I had 28 points of contact on each panel, now I only have 4. Plus, the new ones just put together so much easier and faster.
You were saying something about the old one you had to lay down to transport?
Yeah, when they traveled, they laid down horizontally, and now the other ones are kind of on their side vertically.
In a case,
In a case. They don't vibrate.
Tell me about your vibrating curtains.
Well, my LED curtain transported in a trailer horizontally. So they were laying down on top of each panel was on top of each other. They'd vibrate as they traveled in the trailer. And then when we put it up every time, we'd have to push all 28 modules in on every panel just to make sure our connection was good. Otherwise, if I hung it up, I could have several panels having a good connection. So it always worked after the initial setup, making your adjustments. But I was always sitting there with my fingers crossed, hoping this wasn't going to be the event where I lose a whole row of pixels or something. So the new one gives me a lot more peace of mind and confidence.
Got it. Good equipment, better equipment.
Yeah.
You still have your original as well? Do you use it still a little bit?
No, it's sitting in my garage, trying to find a home for it. Now with a competitor. So
that's going to be in your yard. That is going to be your outdoor TV.
Well, we're trying to donate it to a place, but there's no tax benefits because we already paid for it and deducted it. So we're trying to find a way to at least sell it. It'll come in as income. but at least we get something out of it versus nothing.
That's technology as it gets better.
Yeah, it
You
does.
should give it to your competition because you'll have better equipment than your competitor.
Yeah, then they'll call me all the time to come and fix.
I got a goofy one. What makes you stand out over your competition? Why would I book with FunFlicks of Wisconsin over the other guy that's up there?
I think the quality of our equipment, our price, I have references that I can point, and a reputation. We've spent 10 years building up a great reputation of customer service, and give anybody that, really can't be beaten, I guess.
Yeah. And you
Perfect.
say that confidently and
nothing's
and sincerely,
perfect, but in that same
is
time,
awesome.
we do everything we can to make it that way. And our goal is everybody's event goes. We live off of our repeat business, So if I take it personal, if I do something wrong, I want to make sure I get it corrected for the next day.
Yeah.
And it's a family affair, right?
Yeah. My son used to do it with us. My daughter used to do movies with us. But now it's my wife, Tammy, a couple of her cousins help us, and my dad. They travel all over doing this stuff together.
Awesome.
So-
Family affair.
Yeah, it is. What about the impact that you've seen your company make on the community? You've already talked about a couple of things, but what do you think your biggest impact has been?
It's hard to say what a direct impact, but I know it helps. I think we help people get together. In my old signs, and I always say we help bring unity to your community. Do that. We donate our movie night in our local village of Ashwaubenon. We do one of theirs, donated, and then we also do other movies with them as well. So it's just probably give out more discounts than I should. But I try to make it so that our customers can afford a great night.
Yep. No, it's good. Point taken. Good.
So somebody local to you, how would they get in contact with you? What would be the best way?
They can contact me at movies@funflicks.com. Otherwise, they can go to our website, funflicks.com, and find us on the Wisconsin tab, I guess, the state of Wisconsin on the map. I cover the entire state of Wisconsin.
Very cool. So, Steve, for me, you're one of the pioneers or trailblazers for LED. I mean, when I jumped into FunFlicks and I saw you doing it, and I was telling Chad, my business partner, this is the future. Like, we need to start looking for avenues that we can explore daytime events and things like that. And I've seen you grow through the years with the curtains you started with, the panels you have now. We've all invested in trailers. I think you're one of the first that has the enclosed trailer. Tell us a little bit about that. What do you like about the enclosed trailer? I mean, that's probably one of your bigger mileage inventory items that you got running around, right?
Yeah. I call it my 5 tons of fun because it's 10,000 pounds and I drive it all over the place. I actually put an air tag on it. That's what it's called. 5 tons of fun.
Nice.
But everywhere I go, I get to my event with the enclosed LED in the trailer, and it's clean. I never have to clean bugs off of it. I never have to clean salt off of it. We do right now. We're already booked for 50 plus events this year. We've had it out the last 3 years. It's been over 50 every year. It travels everywhere. It's done everything from football games to drive-in funerals to benefits for wedding. Different things. I don't know. It's unreal what people can use it for. Like during COVID, we did a separate meeting outside where they just did their whole PowerPoint presentation, used the microphone and did their whole meeting outside, So
You even have a little production thing in there,
this
right?
has its own little room so you can have your video splitter and split all your video to whatever you need. I can run 2 cameras or 3 cameras, a computer, and switch it all. We did a Packer game last year for the ALS Association. Instead of showing commercials, we showed a PowerPoint on the commercials. So I just switched the video feed to a PowerPoint. That way they could hear the commercials, but then they'd see the images of their PowerPoint, the ALS.
And this is a screen that comes out of the roof of the enclosed trailer, correct?
Hydraulically lifts out.
Yeah, so the crowd's had to be like, oh,
That would be
wow,
cool.
But yeah, and a lot of people always ask, how does that fit in there? Because screen itself is taller than the trailer. It actually rides two sections side by side. You raise up the top section, slide the bottom underneath it, drop the top on top, and then connect it and raise it all the way up. I think it's like yours.
Cool.
Your big one?
Yeah, the big one's a different generation. Ours actually spins around and drops down. But the other one, I know what you're talking about. They have like the hydraulic skid that shifts it back and then picks it up.
And mine just has wheels. Manually rolled the bottom panel.
Oh, okay.
There's no hydraulics in mine other than to raise it. And when I want to turn my screen, you grab two handles, just turn it.
Yeah, yours was a few years older when you bought it, right?
Well, yeah, my trailers was built in 2000. And then the screen was upgraded a year before we bought it and had hardly any hours on it. But the generator was older, had that all rebuilt. Yeah. Wheels and axles and brakes, fenders. Pretty much rebuilt the trailer.
Yeah, rightfully so. 2006. Yeah, it's got probably seen some miles.
But the axles were replaced before we got it. So they're all doing good.
Your favorite movie on the big screen, on a FunFlicks big screen, what would be your favorite film?
I'm just going to go old school and Back to the Future.
Nice.
Oh, good.
It always goes over well, and it's awesome when he hits that guitar note and blasts himself across the room.
It's the sound system.
Oh, yeah.
You feel it.
Everybody has something about that movie. I love that movie. Like, it was one of the first movies that has any skateboarder in it. And we used to, when I first got the VCR of it, I would pause it and watch like the 10, 15 seconds of the skateboarder. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Great movie. Great choice, man.
And it's even better when you have the subwoofer going. You guys use subwoofers, or am I the only one that always uses subwoofers?
On the bigger events, or if a client asks for it. But yeah, it's typically our 40s and 50-foot events. We'll throw some subs out there either side.
Yeah, you do subs even if it's a backyard party. You just say, invite your neighbors because they're going to know you're having a party.
Yeah, they're going to know. They're going to
add that extra value, definitely.
No, we got different sizes. So the small 12s aren't too bad to haul out there, and they still shake everything.
Oh. I mean, we've even started using like our laser projectors in backyard events. So it's like, might as well, because those laser projectors, we can start even slightly before sunset. So we're elevate the picture quality, elevate the sound, right?
Go big or go home.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, dear. Have you ever had the police call to an event because it was too loud?
And the police stayed and watched the movie.
What's cool is they don't make you shut it down.
Yeah, they said, can you turn it down a little
They
bit?
stayed and watched the movie?
It's Jurassic World.
Yeah. Well,
That's what's
he
cool.
was telling me about the generator, and the story was it was the generator went out, and it was a whole weekend of movies you were showing, and you managed to get it in a real short period of time. And tell the story.
All right, we were hired in a small little town in northern Wisconsin to do 2 movies on Friday, 4 movies, or 3 movies on Saturday and 3 on Sunday. I guess it was 3 and 3. So we were just, there wasn't a movie for the morning on Saturday, but we had a guy playing a guitar, and my wife and I were getting lunch about 200 yards away, watching the guy on the screen, a camera set on him, and then all of a sudden, screen went off and smoke rose up in the air. Well, we're like, oh no. Go over there. That generator was off and couldn't get it to power anything anymore. And that's where I found out power cons to Edison plugs were very good to have packed in my trailer. So we went over to the hardware store across the street and rented a Generac 6,500 watt generator and then rented, or I already had my Honda generator there, and that people that hired us had another generator. And then we ran an extension cord into the house that was next door. And we managed to get through the rest of the movies for Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
Running
away.
a row of LEDs off of each.
Yeah, it's because of that story we carry Edison and PowerCon as backups in all of our generators now. Yeah, totally.
Oh, is that right?
Smart.
Oh, wow. Saved my butt. I mean, there was nothing we could do. We had to get a whole new board in there. And once we figured out the problem, there was a whole plug that plugged right into the fuse box where all the square deep plugs were. And that had a wire connector for that. And it slid down and arced on all the wires and started a little electrical fire. But then that also damaged the generator's main board. And so then we got that just direct wired without the plug anymore. So it worked out. Small price to pay to make sure that doesn't happen ever again.
Right.
Wow.
And more contingency plans, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So when you learn the most is when things don't quite go right.
Yep. It's why that first winter we had our generator rebuilt.
Yeah. Well, Steve, I always appreciate you. You're always so willing to talk and help and spend time with other people from FunFlicks. And I'm sure you give the same love and attention to your clients. And I know you do your family. So it's really good to know you.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
Great to know all of you. You're all family.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Right back at
I appreciate you leading the way in LED, and it sparked my reason for growth as well. And that's what I like to see.
It's the FunFlicks Game Show.
Well, hello, my name is Carson, and I'm here to bring you some fun facts. And today we're doing something a little bit different. We're actually doing the Fun Fact Game Show. And I'll tell you how it works. I'm going to be giving you some really vague descriptions about movies that have either just had anniversaries this month or have upcoming anniversaries next month. And you will be the ones to guess what the movie is. And if you do guess it correctly, you'll be getting a point. And the one with all the points is the grand winner. You get the bragging rights. You'll get a FunFlicks WWE belt. No promises on that. But, all right, let's get into it. Pull up my doc.
Hey, wait a second. Let me get something ready.
Yeah. Is this Google or no Google? Everyone's got their fingers on the keyboard.
Hands up.
All right, here we go. This film came out in 2003, and it's actually celebrating its 20-year anniversary on, today. Wow. Celebrating its 20th today. And here's the description. So an anxiety-ridden father and his friend with short-term memory loss go searching for his kidnapped son, who is stuck in a dentist's office in Sydney, Australia.
I got this one. Nemo.
Finding Nemo.
Okay.
I think we all got that.
I think
one
I
at the
did.
same
I
time.
did hear
Who
Todd
got
say
it?
it first, so I am giving him the point.
I was like, I know it's Nemo, but it didn't make sense. Kidnapped son?
He was kidnapped by a scuba diver, if you can recall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
he was.
All right,
That's
now
right.
I'm thinking the son that was in it. There wasn't a son. There was that mean kid. No, that's another movie.
Yeah.
That's going to be the next one.
I need a buzzer.
I'm with it.
I need a buzzer.
But I knew it was Nemo, but I didn't know. Good.
Well, you said it first, so you get the point, Todd. Our second film to guess. So this film came out in 1998. It's celebrating its 25th on June 5th. And here we have the description. The main character is a man living in a 24/7 reality TV show with hidden cameras capturing his every move.
Oh,
Truman Show?
Yes.
Truman Show.
Yes.
Rallis got it.
You're too fast. Great
Nice.
film.
All right. So now we got a tie. We got a tie here, Rallis and Todd. Let's see.
Oh no.
Let's see who can break the tie, or let's see if there's a three-way tie coming up.
We're getting skunked. We're getting skunked right here, man.
Must be a delay in the stream.
So here's the third film now. So this film came out in 2008. It's actually celebrating its 15-year anniversary on June 6th. This film is about an overweight noodle waiter seeking to live his dream of becoming a master of a particular Chinese fighting style.
Oh, Panda Express.
Oh, it's Kung Fu Panda.
Panda. Paul has got it. We got a tie. Wow. Okay.
Come on.
Wow, we got some competition going on. I think Matthew's gotta get something because he's the only one without a point right now.
Yeah,
all right.
Bone here.
Here we go.
There's one.
Here we go. We got the next one. This film came out in 1993. It's actually celebrating its 30-year anniversary on June 11th. And it's about an island theme park goes terribly wrong, and a woman is chased through a kitchen by a large chicken-looking monster.
Jurassic Park?
Todd's got it.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Todd,
He is right. Oh,
Wow.
Todd,
my
you were in the
God.
lead.
The description didn't seem to match it, but it does.
It's supposed to be
No,
vague.
it
Really
does.
vague description.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chicken threw
But
me
you,
off.
Todd, you are in the lead now, Todd, with 2 points. Our next film to guess. This film actually came out in 2008, and it's celebrating its 15-year anniversary on June 27th. In this movie, all of humanity has resorted to living in spaceships and getting really fat.
Oh, it's the one.
Wall-E.
with
Rallis has got it.
It's
My gosh, my brain
It's
doesn't
that
work that
creature.
quick anymore.
What's
I
that?
know the image. Well, yeah. Darn it,
Yeah.
I knew
I
it.
was thinking
I knew it.
Idiocracy.
What's amazing is I've known all of these. I typically don't know them all. This goes to prove how many movies I've watched over and over and over
Right.
and over.
Well, let's see, Todd, if you're the ultimate movie head. Let's see if you can pull out the win here. This will prove the
How many
test.
more we have?
We got, looks like we have one more. This will actually be the bonus round. So this guess right here, if you guess it correctly, will actually be worth 2 points.
Ooh.
So it could decide the winner. So here we go. So this film came out in 1998, and it actually just celebrated its 25th anniversary on May 22nd. So two buddies go on an absolutely wildly insane trip to Las Vegas with journalistic intentions that get a little sidetracked.
That's an adventure.
Not Bill and
Bill and
Ted's. Not Bill and
Las
Ted's.
Vegas.
Two buddies.
Vegas.
They go on an absolutely wild, insane trip to Vegas with journalistic intentions that get a little sidetracked.
Not swingers, no.
I was thinking that.
Nope.
It's
Swingers, no.
leaving Las Vegas?
Leaving Las Vegas.
They're heading to Las Vegas. Here, I have another hint. So this film is actually based on a true story with Johnny Depp playing the character of Hunter S. Thompson, a famous American journalist.
What? How do we not know a Johnny Depp film?
Isn't leaving Las Vegas? Isn't that the title of it? What is
No,
What? Oh,
it has Las Vegas in the name. I'll give you that.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Fear and Loathing in Las
Wow,
Vegas.
that was close. I think I got to give it to Matthew. I think he said it first. But oh no,
You gave it to the boss. Come on.
I think that
It's like it's a tie, like 4-way now.
yeah. Actually, maybe okay. Now we have a 3-way tie between Todd, Rallis, and Matthew. Oh man. So
Just don't do any Star Wars one, because that'll be a
Let me think.
3 point.
I actually got to look something up because I did not prepare for this being a 3-way tie.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm happy with the tie.
Is it another
I'm
2
happy
pointer?
with the tie.
We got Todd,
Which-
Rallis, and Matthew all tied up.
You got to have a winner.
This is the surprise bonus round, I guess we'll call it. I got to make this up on the spot too. All right, so this film is actually celebrating its 20-year anniversary on June 20th. Okay, how can I? All right, so this film, the main character he transforms into a very muscular, scary green
The Hulk.
Paul got it.
Oh, come on.
That makes Paul the ultimate winner. Congratulations, Paul. You have won.
Oh
How do you feel being the ultimate FunFlicks?
I feel like I snaked. I feel like I snaked everyone right there.
I'm robbed.
Now,
I'm so happy. This is like next to my child's birth, my children's birth, and yeah, this is amazing. Thank you.
Well, it was great to host for you guys.
Now.
What was that, Todd?
I'm going to go turn green.
Todd's gonna
Get
turn
all
into
balls
Right.
and angry. I'm angry. I
Angry now.
lost. See, now I'm upset.
You can Hulk
It
out.
was a great day.
You were second.
It doesn't matter.
I think we were all.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We're all losers, is what we are. We're all losers. Paul's the only winner.
From the blog, working for FunFlicks, watching movies and getting paid. Carson just finished a blog article and posted it the other week on outdoor tech jobs hiring near you, which most of the FunFlicks locations are, as we're primarily a summer business. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that, Carson?
So this recent blog I posted was an effort to hopefully get some really cool people on board who are creative, or if they love the outdoors, technology maybe. We would really love to have you on board, and it's a great job. We offer great pay, and you get to make a lot of really cool experiences with us. So if you are interested, please visit our careers page or learn more on our blog.
Yeah. And to position itself, realize people might think it's too technical. You know how to hit play on a DVD player. You know how to hook cables into color-coded holes. You know how to plug in an extension cord. It is somewhat simple. It's way better than waiting tables or bartending. Every event, you're going to a party, for goodness sakes. You're going to an event. There's 100 people there to have fun with. You get everything set up. It takes you maybe an hour of work, and then you get entertained for the next hour and a half. Then you got to tear it all down and drive it home.
And the cool thing is, it fits in with, if you have another job, it'll often fit in with that schedule. If you have a typical 9 to 5, you can often work at least the Saturday and maybe the Friday, depending on how far the event is away. So it's a great additional source of income as well. And it's, oh my gosh, I've got a second job. And normally a second job is I'm filling shelves or something like that. And this second job is you go to and watch a movie. It's pretty cool. And back on the technology thing, I would rather have somebody who's like super enthusiastic, really good with people, that stuff. And they can be taught, because is the speaker working? Is the cable plugged in? Is the power turned on the speaker? That's the troubleshooting.
Easy. Exactly.
So, yeah.
Just got to be
and it's pretty
willing
cool
to hang out with people.
Yeah.
And typically, like you guys now, you send more than one person. I know back in the day, it was always a one-man gig. Now you're usually going with someone, right?
On the small backyard stuff, it's normally a single person thing. But when we get to the larger parks and recs, we'll often have 2 people. So you get to work with people that will end up being friends very quickly.
And you're meeting.
Just remember to take a chair with you.
Right. Has anybody ever met anybody famous that we know of? I know
we've done events for famous people.
Right. So those hosts that went got the benefit of meeting Madonna or Steve Carell. Or who was that? Just Jack.
Exactly.
Who's Just Jack? What's his actual name? From
we're going to find this. It was Will and Grace.
There you go. Just Jack from Will and Grace.
Yes.
I know we've done events there. I think.
Just Jack.
Yeah. In Hawaii, didn't they do one for Bill Gates?
Oh, Leslie?
I think they have, yeah.
So someone got to meet Bill Gates. That's crazy.
And then Steve's done the ones for the Green Bay Packers, so he's met
the
players and ex-players and stuff. So you get some pretty cool stuff. And sometimes you get to premiere movies as well, which is absolutely amazing. I did one, and we did a premiere of a documentary about the Tough Mudders. And we did it on the lake, like on Lake Tahoe.
Ooh.
So the people who did the documentary, they were all there. All these insane tough mudders with their muscles and stuff were all there. And then we're showing it, like the first time we're showing it. And you've got the lake right there. You got Lake Tahoe right there. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I gotta look up the name of that film. It's a really fun documentary.
Yeah, some of our customers, they're pretty creative with what's shown, which is neat. It's all entertainment for us when we go out and do an event.
Yeah, I did an event for the Tough Mudders, actually. And that was like 3 days. We had one of our LED screens out in the mud, and just watching those guys run around and do all their obstacle courses and everything. It was insane. I'm sure there's a couple of famous people running around through there. But yeah, that made me think about that when you're talking about the Tough Mudders there, Paul.
I used to do events for the Discovery Channel for Shark Week. Shark Week was always debuted on a big screen in the mall area in Virginia. It was debuted out on a FunFlicks screen in the air for the community to see it first before it came out on cable. That was always cool. I don't know.
Yeah, so the documentary we screened was Rise of the Sufferfests, and it was fun. It was great. And it was Scott Keneally. He's actually a friend of mine now. And just such a cool experience. And these guys were like in front of the screen, and they were like doing handstands and just like holding themselves upside down. And it was like, wow, I felt very out of shape when I was with those guys.
But still, the events are fun. That's what's key.
Yeah.
They're fun. Yeah, it's a little stressful in the beginning because you got to get everything set up and everybody's looking at you. But for the most part, it's a cool job.
Yeah, I like that it's different, like every time you go out as well.
Right.
And not like different with the setup, but it's a different set of circumstances. It's a different film often. And it's, hopefully, unless it's, do you remember the year of Frozen?
Exactly.
Right.
Every night, Frozen.
Yep.
It was
It's ingrained in my brain.
No,
I can't get it out.
It's really cool.
It's funny. That happens. We're going to pool events, pool clubs. You're at a swim club. I know many times I'll get there early. I can hang out, eat, swim. Now it's time to work, set my equipment up, and do my thing. I don't know, golf courses, right? It's like travel. It's like paid travel. I don't know.
Yeah. World Cup was fun as well because I'm originally from England and huge football fan, soccer fan, and I was getting paid to watch football.
Right, yeah.
It was like the best thing ever. I know, Matt, I'm a little not jealous, but I'm like, I wish I could do some of the Champions League stuff that you did as well.
No, that's definitely fun when you get in there.
I thought you wanted to do the other thing he did.
What was the other thing I did?
With the dancers.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Dance as a turtle, as a background dancer.
Oh my gosh.
Not that one. The other one with RuPaul.
Oh, that event. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. We did do that event for RuPaul, the drag show. That was at the Rose Bowl. Yeah, you got a good memory. Yeah, there's so many events.
I remember we were together, weren't we?
Yeah.
We were together on that one. That was fun.
Yeah,
different.
We did the LED event there and the big, what did we bring out? That was the 52-foot screen or the 4?
I think
40.
That was the 40. Yeah. Yeah, that was the 40. And we ended up taking over their production side as well because they weren't quite ready for it. So that was a thinking on your feet event.
But you always get it done.
Yeah, it was a success. It was great.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was funny. So why work for FunFlicks? What do they typically pay? Like an event host now?
Yeah, I mean, it varies across the country.
Yeah.
But you got to have the right vehicle. That's key because most of these events, you're hauling some big gear for us. We have trailers for a lot of our big setups, so somebody with a tow vehicle is always preferred. But truck, SUV.
So I don't know if people are still doing this. Like we pay for a hitch to be put on a car. And even like a Toyota Corolla, I've paid to put a hitch on a Toyota Corolla to pull our trailer for events. So it's not that it's huge, monstrous trailer. It's reasonable. I could wheel it around in my driveway if it's not attached to the car, one person.
And small cars do work, but you're limited on what you can do.
Right.
When you get to the minivan, the truck, the SUV, that's when you get more options to do
bigger events,
different events, bigger events, and we can often keep you a lot busier if you're in that group.
No,
it's fun. It's always a party, right? It's just always fun, always a party. Do you have any cool stories, Rallis?
Gosh, I've done so many cool events. I really enjoyed doing all of the drive-ins for the Parks and Recs in County. That was fun, working with the city. And then recently we did another drive-in that was it was a car meetup. So there was Lamborghinis, Miatas, RX-7s.
Right,
so
cool.
there was cars and they were all wrapped. That was cool.
And like the people you're working with, they're not demanding. You're there to set up.
No, they're there to have a fun time. So they're relaxed. They're excited.
It is what it is. It's a cool job.
Have you ever done a sing-along, guys?
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. We've done a couple. We did a Grease one. And there was one of the microphones being handed around, and people were singing different parts of the song, and it's on the screen bouncing around. It's so much fun.
Cool. Nope, I haven't done one.
And it's more fun when somebody can't sing and they're just like singing along with the movie, and it's terrible. It's wonderful because they just don't care. They're having a good time.
Yeah.
That was me, actually. I was
Confessions. FunFlicks confessions.
Confessions of an hour.
Yeah.
Forgive me, Father Christ. I sang off key. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Excellent. So what's the best way to find your local FunFlicks, do you think? To see if they have some job opportunities available?
It's just hop on the website and go to the map like you're going to book an event. And if you're in Greenville, South Carolina, just go to that page and call the phone number and say, hey, are you hiring? More than likely they are. So that's the easiest way.
That wraps up this episode. If you do have any questions about anything we've talked about, or you have ideas for future shows, something that you would like to see covered, just let us know in the comments below. Cheers.
Let's all go to the movies. Let's all go to the movies. Let's all go to the movies for an outdoor movie treat.